when you get the family problem with the husband or wife, the lady suffer the breast cancer in the right hand side. Okay. Now, because this is a woman's congress, so that's why in this time, well, there's so many cancers belong to women, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, uterus cancer, okay, so that all these belong to women, okay, so that, but I will this time talk about only breast cancer, okay. First thing, well, usually in my protocol of the cancer, of any kind of cancer, is always find out what causes it. And then the patient know how to avoid the cause. And then give them the way to get well. And that's what, first thing to do that, to know the cause, you have to know what is breast. The breast is only a mass of fat, 85% fat and 15% protein. That's all. The fat and the protein, which is the milk duct, okay, the milk duct and the skin, they cover it. That's the protein. All right, that's all. Now, why cause the breast to get cancer? Now you have to find out, since the breast is the fat and only 15% of protein, then you should give the fat to the breast so the breast can grow beautiful. But if you give the fat, they have a good fat and they have a bad fat. When you give the bad fat to the breast, then surely the fat in the breast become rotten, become spoiled, stale, and you get cancer. You get tumor first, okay, and then the protein is only less than 15%. So that if you are providing the protein, the wrong protein, or too much protein, then you get the breast cancer. So that's it, you know. So now you know the structure, the constituent of the breast. So the lady get the breast cancer, the first in my 35 years of plus of natural healing, those ladies, they come to me for the breast cancer. Why they so successful after they get well? In 20 years, 30 years, they never come back. While those ladies, they have a breast cancer, they go to the conventional way. The first thing is what they do. The conventional way, you have to find out what they do first. When they find out you have breast cancer, what they do? To know that if you have a real cancer or just mutated, that is the way to the cancer, that's the way to the grave. That's why no matter it's benign, malignant, you have to do the way to get rid of that. So, but the conventional way, no. The conventional way will do what? Biopsy. To know what it is. If they find out you are benign, they say, well, come back 6 months to recheck. We'll follow up. So another 6 months, finally you get cancer. You will finally get cancer if the tumor won't be spared, the benign tumor won't be spared until you get cancer. Oh, you get cancer now? Okay, now you have 3 solutions. 1, chemo, 1, radiation, or surgery. I recently, last year March, I have a book in Chinese come out, and one of ladies have a second stage, aggressive second stage of breast cancer. So that lady followed my book's instruction. 4 months from malignant, the supposed to be total mastectomy and immediately chemo and radiation concurrently. But for the diet 4 months, from malignant to none, the lady get well. When I speak She is there, but she didn't let me know. When after I speak, she show up, she kneel down. You saved my life. I said, no. Because so many people, they come up with cancer, they come to me, they get well, they always say, Dr. Wu, you saved my life. I said, no. I never heal any person of any disease. The person, they get well, the people go back to the patient. Because the patient heal himself. Now, so you know that the breast is a mass. So you try to, and you don't try to provide them the good fat. You first thing you have to do, eliminate the bad fat. Because the breast is full of bad fat, just like a cup of water. If you try to give them the good one, but the water in this cup still is dirty. So you have to clean up the toxin, stop the put in the toxin, and then you put the good fat. So the bad fat, what is bad fat? The lady get the breast cancer, the first thing come out the bad fat from the cow dairy, from the milk, from the cheese, especially from cheese. Okay, the cheese, and then cheese, pizza, yogurt, butter, and chocolate. If you have to stop all these first, okay, that's the bad fat. And then you try to produce the good fat. The good fat, a lot of people say that, wow, I eat some roasted walnut, I drink the toasted walnut. Is it the good fat? Yes, the walnut fat is good fat. But however, when you roast it, you toast it, what happened? You oxidize the fat. You become bad fat also. So beside that, you stay away those. So you need to stay away what? Not the walnut. The walnut is good for you. It's raw walnut. But then you need to stay with the toasted, the roasted, the grilled, the fried, the deep fried, the stir fried. Then what I have to eat? Well, the rest is raw food, steamed food, or vegetable soup. Okay? There's a solution, there's a way. You find out the way. Depends on how serious is your breast. If you're in the stage of 3 or 4, you better eat totally raw. But if you are in the stage of 2, half cooked, half raw, it will help. Okay? Then this lady is in a certain stage. 4 to half cooked, half raw. 4 months, totally get well. Okay? And the breast is there. Alright. So the deep fry, the stir fry, why all these one? Because the deep fry, stir fry, grill, bake, okay, all toasted, roasted, all this one all need to use oil. And this oil become free radical, create free radical to oxidize the fat. And then when you eat this very often, you are supplying the bad fat to your breast. Okay, so you stop all this. And then certain things, we already said that this is a fat and the protein. So you need to avoid what? Avoid the carbohydrate. You need to avoid flour food.